After looking back on the multiple endings we have for Security Breach Ruin, one of the endings in particular, the Scooper ending, opens up some potential new information about the history of the FNAF 6 pizzeria and Henry's plans and actions leading up to the events of Pizzeria Simulator. During the ending itself, we see Cassidy being pursued by the Mimic, now inside a lion costume, before the girl ends up in a room with the Scooper within it, activating the device and causing the Mimic to be grabbed by it, defeating it for the time being. Within the room itself, we see that deep within the remains of Henry's pizzeria, with large canisters of nitrogen scattered around the room's exterior, which in itself is interesting, considering that nitrogen can be used as a coolant. With the Scooper itself, we see it takes a much different appearance than the one we see way back in Sister Location, being much more akin to a claw with a very large ejector in the middle of it, which glows red when activated. The base of the device has a similar design to the original Scooper as a whole. During the events of Pizzeria Simulator, after accessing the Egg Baby device, we see multiple blueprints pertaining to Revenant, Multi-Freddy, the Scooper, and Lefty, with Henry getting a tape recording of his guilt over what he let happen and his relationship with Hackett. Overall, this shows that sometime between the events of FNAF 3 and Pizzeria Sim, Henry discovered the harbinger crimes of Willie, his schemes and experiments with Revenant, the fate of the children that went missing years ago in this pizzeria, and the ultimate fate of his old friend being transformed into Springtrap, which would kick off his plan of creating Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place and springing his trap on the last possessed animatronics. With all this information in mind, I have two potential theories for what the history of this Scooper could have been within the game universe. With the first theory being that after the discovery of Orleo's crimes and his experiments with Revenant, Henry used the Scooper blueprints in order to recreate the device within the basement of his fake restaurant, in order to recreate the substance, see its effects on the animatronics, how to accurately get rid of it in order to complete his plans. After it served his purpose, Henry would leave it untouched within his pizzeria in order to launch his plan. My second theory, and the one that I believe the most, is that this Scooper was built by Henry as a counter device to Revenant, with its purpose to grab an animatronic, for example Multi-Freddy, and inject it with nitrogen, likely in its liquid form due to the shape the container is in, rapidly cooling down the Revenant within the animatronic and leaving it in an inert and inanimate state once again. The device was likely Henry's first plan to free the last possessed animatronics before he ultimately abandoned it in favor of burning them, as that had a much higher chance of getting rid of any Revenant that could still linger in the animatronic.